Hello friends, welcome to Jiku Diaries YouTube channel to review the third T20 international between India and Zimbabwe played at the Harare Sports Club in Harare yesterday. India won the third T20 international by 23 runs, a comfortable win, and lead the series 2-1. It should have been 3-0, but for the embarrassing defeat in the first T20 international. But then India have bounced back very well in the second and third, and that is how they should have been playing right from the first game. Anyway, the three World Cup winners have joined the team, has strengthened the already strong Indian lineup, and they all contributed in their own ways. Of course, except Shivam Dube, who did not get a chance to bat yesterday. Yashasvi Jaiswal opened with captain Shubman Gill, straight away made contribution. And I was saying in a light manner, rather jokingly, that Yashasvi Jaiswal has just reached Harare and has already scored so many runs, whereas Shubman Gill has been spending a week or more in Harare and is slowly scoring runs. But anyway, that is how partnerships are built. Shubman Gill, the captain, scored his first half century of this tour, whereas Yashasvi Jaiswal fell for 36 after the two shared 67 in less than 9 overs for the opening wicket. Later, it was Shubman Gill and Ruturaj Gaikwad who shared another 50 plus runs. Actually, it was 72 for the third wicket to put India in a dominant position. Ruturaj Gaikwad, however, missed his second consecutive 50 by just 1 run. But then, this team is also about not personal milestones, but seeing the team to a healthy position and to a victorious position. Like I mentioned, Shivam Dube, the third World Cup winning member, did not get to bat, but then Yashasvi Jaiswal, who did not get to play a single match in the victorious campaign in the World Cup, straight away got amongst the runs, as also Sanju Samson, who for his seniority in the team and also a top order batsman, remained unbeaten on 12. So India made 3 changes to allow these 3 World Cup winners into the 11 by leaving out Riyan Parag, Dhruv Jurel and medium pacer Mukesh Kumar. But then Indian bowling did not have any problems with them containing Zimbabwe for 159 for 6. Zimbabwe did put up a fight, but then that was not enough for the strong Indian score. Dion Myers. I am quite impressed with Dion Myers. Less known, he did show glimpses of what he is capable of in the first T20 international. He scored a few runs there, took Zimbabwe to some healthy score that was eventually enough as their bowlers bundled out India to win by a narrow margin. And then yesterday, he scored the 22-year-old Dion Myers scored his first T20 50, and until he was there, Zimbabwe had some hope. But then the total of 182 for 4 that India posted was beyond Zimbabwe's reach. But I am not saying that Zimbabwe can be taken for granted. No, they are a promising side, and they will only get better by playing more and more and more and more matches. We all know what Zimbabwe is capable of, and Zimbabwe has a rich history in the 32 odd years that they have been playing Test cricket since their entry into Test cricket in 1991-92. And there have been some legends who have come out of Zimbabwe, and even before that, we all know how Zimbabwe have upset some of the stronger teams in the World Cups before they even got the full membership. Like we cannot forget Zimbabwe beating Australia in the 1983 World Cup, and a few others in the years that have gone by. Some of the legends like Andy Flower, Grant Flower, the Flower brothers, the Whittle brothers, the Strang brothers, of course Heath Strick, who unfortunately passed away last year or sometime recently. There have been, of course, John Tricos, the double international, the off spinner. We cannot forget the players that have emerged out of Zimbabwe. Of course, Tatenda Taibu, the short, diminutive, busy wicket-keeping batsman and also captain. So Zimbabwe are a good, talented side, but then with more opportunities, they are bound to get better, and they will definitely seek qualification for the next World Cup in T20 format. Zimbabwe and India will play the 4th and 5th T20 matches of this series on Saturday and Sunday, but I am sure India will take a 3-1 lead on Saturday and finish off the series with a 4-1 margin. But then, not without any fight from the Zimbabwe team led by Sikandar Raza, who seems to be taking wickets almost every time that he comes on to bowl. Even yesterday, he struck to finish with 2 for 24 in his 4 overs, whereas Blessing Muzarabani, the right-arm medium pacer, also took 2 wickets. So the two of them shared the 4 wickets that India lost, and Zimbabwe did not have enough answers to the bowling lineup led by Khalil Ahmed and Avesh Khan. Unfortunately, Ravi Bishnoi on a rare occasion went wicketless and gave away runs, all thanks to Dion Myers hitting. Dion Myers, who finished with 65 not out with 7 fours and 1 6. But then the best bowler for India yesterday was the off-spinning Washington Sundar, who with 3 for 15 won the Man of the Match award. So Washington Sundar could be the answer to India's search for the off-spinning all-rounder. He has been around for quite some time, and because of not performing consistently and also because of injuries, he has been in and out of the Indian team. He has not cemented the place that he ought to have cemented by now, and should have been a major force in India's in the Indian limited overs squad, and be the answer that India are looking for. The question, and the question is, after Ravichandran Ashwin, who? Washington Sundar should capitalize on this, be more consistent, and be performing consistently, taking wickets, and also be scoring runs. He had the chance to do that in the first T20 international, but then he ran out of partners, and eventually he was last out in the match that India lost. But then Washington Sundar should just grab his opportunity and make it his own, because India need that off-spinning all-rounder, but more importantly, the off-spinner who can keep the opposition batsmen quiet. So until next time, take care, have a nice day, stay safe. Bye-bye.